Looking at attendance for last week, boys, you can see on the board that we got 92.5%, so that was a bit down. Remember, we're aiming for at least 95%.
Just a few years ago, Stepney Green School in Tower Hamlets was labelled one of the worst 30 schools in the country for truancy. Now, thanks to the introduction of a wide range of strategies, attendance has risen sharply. For the past 3 years, it's consistently been over 93%. And staff believe the school's GCSE results reflect this improvement.
Our intake is 97% Bangladeshi origin. Free school meals lies around 64% figure. And poverty is a real issue. The first thing is to actually get to know each child, what their needs are and why they're not attending. Then there's accountability across the leadership of the school to report to the senior team exactly what the picture is, why each child is not attending, and what we're putting in place.
On page 56, can you all see the map, which is coloured white and green?
Yep. When I came here, I thought that nobody was there for me, so I didn't want to come to school.
OK, Alan, first of all, can you tell me what the map is showing us?
How crowded it is.
How crowded it is in certain areas, isn't it? OK, very good.
Alan came to us with a particular history of poor attendance at school and actually no information as to why he wasn't attending school. So one of the first aspects of our job as a school was to actually get involved into the story or the history behind him. Why does he have poor attendance? What does he find difficult about school? And what would we need to change for him to come into school? And that's been the most important process with Alon. And now, attendance almost at 100%.
Can you put your finger on a crowded area?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Have you gone for London?
Alon was put on the school's peer mentoring scheme.
We'll do a brainstorm, first of all.
3 ex-Stepney Green students have been employed by the school to work with younger pupils. They themselves were once persistent absentees and now take pride in getting other students back on track.
You got a lot of days of school and people think that, oh, we got so many days and it won't matter if we bunk one day.
Yeah, that's what we used to think.
Add them up together, you're losing out on a lot of lessons.
But you need to think about other people that ain't got that chance.
Mr. Hakim told me that if I bunk, I wouldn't go nowhere in life. And after I leave school, what position I will be in. First of all, I didn't want to come to school because of incidents, such as I was in a lot of fights. But when the peer mentors came, they explained how to solve it and how it will be better for me, what kind of things I should do, what should I do when I get bullied.
When I look at some of the students that I'm mentoring, I see myself in them, and I think, nah, I don't want them going down the same path as I did. So I try to inspire them into learning, tell them the benefits, and fortunately, they have actually been listening to the advice that us peer mentors have been giving to the students, and they've taken it in and they've improved a lot. Do you feel more confident speaking to us?
Yeah, because it's like you been there, you been like where we are now. You're a role model to us. Talking to them is more easier because they're like sort of round about our age, and they're similar to us. They got the same race and everything. And so when I'm talking to them, I feel I'm confident talking to them instead of a teacher.
Why'd you get out of school?
Lessons are boring.
You say lessons are boring, but as you're in the lesson, ain't it sort of like a duty to yourself that, yeah, I'm in the lesson, I'm going to do the work, but also I'm going to try and make it a bit fun, make it a bit practical. Or you can go and speak to the teacher and say, look, I'm finding the lessons really boring. Can we do something else?
You shouldn't take school as, yeah, I have to go to school because the government said this and that. Yeah, you take school for your own benefit. In this school, you will the teachers will come and help you if you need any help. If you go and ask the teacher you need any help, they will give you extra help.
They were telling me that training classes is like something that will affect your future and you ain't gonna get a good job. So I thought to myself, I don't want to be working in a rubbish job and like messing up my future.
Didn't you like going into lessons, or
No,
you don't like coming to school?
I didn't like coming to school and going to lessons because of like it wasn't fun. They're like your brothers who could like do something. They could do something about it. And now my attendance has gone very high.
Tower Hamlets has the highest rate of child poverty in London and is the third poorest borough in Britain. For many absentees, poor attendance is the result of a chaotic life outside school.
There's a lot of social problems, so we offer a wide range of support within the school, also working with outside agencies. So we can tackle those issues, we can get to the root cause of the problems and not just deal with the effects of truancy. We look at it as a holistic approach. So we can actually show the young person why they need to be here, what's the purpose of being within school, and they themselves, you know, take ownership regarding their own learning and see the benefits from that.
I used to bunk a lot with some of my other friends. Then Mr. Hakim came, he started putting me into this group and they started talking like why people bunk. Before I didn't come to school because of the teachers. Now that I found that the teachers, they're strict because they want to make you like concentrate and all that. Then I started coming to school.
Adnan has come to us with a history of persistent absence at school. Not only persistent absent, but persistent truancy. Adnan would often come to school for the social element, even the break time element of getting free school meals, but then he would often disappear during the day. And through a lot of extensive work, we've actually increased his attendance from about 36% at a low up to about the 90s, 93% as a Key Stage 4 student. He is a success of the school. The amount of work that we've put into him and the way that he has responded has been a success of the school.
If I still bunk like I used to before, then I wouldn't have any GCSEs. They wouldn't let me in college if I don't get any GCSEs. And basically I have to start all over again.
Right, we're going to be working together on some scenarios.
The school believes its work on promoting social and emotional skills is having a significant impact on attendance.
None of us want to get up in the morning and think, oh, no, I don't want to go into that school because nobody listens to me in my class. Or I don't want to go in because there's always a conflict. Have a think about all those things when you're looking at the scenarios.
Teacher says if you just cut and paste, they can always tell we will get into trouble.
You'll have to.
There's a variety of reasons why students don't attend school. And we often know that these reasons could be the social element, their interaction with peers. There's that bullying element, which we often talk about and we hear so much about. If we understand the reasons why they're not attending and give them skills to deal with those, that is what we hope to achieve with our SEAL program.
Off you go then.
Oh no, I'm late. I have to get to school. Hello.
Well done.
We need to start working on things like self-esteem, start working on things like empathy, start working with boys and giving them a way to express their emotions and channel that into their learning. If we can give them that environment, then they're more likely to attend, they're a healthier student, they're a better student, and hopefully with that attendance at school, they'll also become that learner that we want.
Zuber, why are you late?
I got a note, miss.
Okay. I ain't a miss. I ain't a miss.
Sorry.
The school will not authorise term-time trips back to home countries, but getting that message through to parents can be difficult.
There are many trips taken near to the holidays where suddenly 2 or 3 weeks are added on. And in the 3 years I've been here, I have been refusing, unless of course it's for emergencies, to give permission for parents to take their children out. So we're trying to educate the family into the importance of education as well.
What was the weather like in Bangladesh?
Yeah, not bad.
the attendance and welfare officer is tough in pursuing families when students are failing to come to school.
Juno was back in the UK last Thursday? Yeah. OK. He wasn't in school Thursday, Friday?
Yeah, he get that legit rash on the foot, you know.
OK.
So he can't put on the shoe, you know.
So he can't wear shoes?
Yeah, that's
OK, and that's what's preventing him coming in. OK. Is he comfortable in trainers?
Yeah, a little bit comfortable.
So if we ask the head teacher to allow Juno to attend school for a few days in trainers till you've seen the doctor, would you be happy for that? OK.
Could I speak to parent of Abidul, please? Abidul was absent from school yesterday, and we did not get any response from Truancy Hall.
It's a matter of the attendance officer being challenging of parents. Obviously, children are genuinely sick, but sometimes children will be off for a whole week when they perhaps only need to be off for 2 or 3 days. Sometimes they will have an appointment during the day when they could have come to school in the morning. It's a matter of being very persistent, all the time challenging parents to basically prioritise school attendance.
Year 10 has proved to be the school's most challenging year group in terms of attendance. But for them, the recent introduction of a weekly prize seems to be evidence that sometimes it's the simplest ideas that are the most effective.
Good morning, Year 10. Good morning. Now, last week we had one class with 0 lates, which was excellent.
Each week, the class with the best attendance and punctuality get a box of chocolates. Very simple idea, but it's instant gratification, because at the end of the day, the idea that, you know, by the end of the year you may or may not get this, the idea of deferred gratification is not as instantly recognisable by the students. Sometimes they need to see something now.
At first I thought it was a silly idea, but then once you got into the habit of, like, you're representing your class and you win something out of it, it really helps, and it's like you find it more enjoyable.
When we first started this attendance and punctuality competition, which was only 8 weeks ago, there were 2 classes who had attendance of 86% and 88%. Now, the whole year group together, after being the worst in the school, is now not the worst in the school anymore, and we're now up to 93.16% in attendance.
Lots of people that will be saying, oh, you know, you're giving them chocolates just for being in school. However, they'll basically probably get maybe 1 or 2 chocolates out of that box. But there is that added competition, that sense of we want to be the best.
10T, 15 students, well done.
Before, our class was always the lowest in terms of punctuality and attendance, so the class put a full team effort in to make our punctuality the best we could, because they're more interested in school and winning the prize chocolates.
10K only had 14 lates in total. So I'll present the chocolates this week if Animal, because it's had consistent 100% attendance, will collect the chocolates today. Please give him a round of applause, and 10K a round of applause. Well done.
You see a pleasure in their improvement, rather than that kind of acceptance of mediocrity, the idea that, well, yeah, you know, I come to school late, yeah, so what? They actually don't want to be in that bracket anymore, because it's actually more positive and beneficial to be in that list of students who have made the class winners that week.
These are nice, man. I know.